I remember it must have been after my junior year, where Candace had left, so we're missing a ton of leadership and points and play from her. And we had to kind of create a whole new thing we created Code Red, right? Where I remember we got to make special sport bras from Nike, and on the inside people put Code Red because it was something that we kind of kept to ourselves at that time. Tara has such a breadth of knowledge that she can just put onto all these coaches underneath her that have either left or gone to take another position. So to see Lindy as a former player, if I was on the team, I know she's been in my shoes. She's been there. She's actually played for the same coach I'm playing for. I think it's really cool. In terms of when Lindy and I were on the court, I always remember we playing Cal at home. It was a huge game, and we were kind of in a little rut, and Lindy made the dive. I can remember it. She dove for the ball. Jill was running wide. She kind of flipped it to her. We got a layup, and we went on a run from there.
The word that rings through on everything on campus is excellence in what you're doing every day and how you do everything every day.
The whole reason that I came to Stanford was, I think, yes, great academics, great basketball, but it was the opportunity for all the other things, right? So I knew I wanted to study psychology, and I wanted to focus on mental health. And there was a whole world I could literally be involved in there. To this day, it's one of the best decisions I made. Connections now, business-wise, working outside the game but still involved with the game. Stanford has opened every single door for me, right? My family is now because of Stanford. It's where I met my husband, where he played football. It's just, we got married here. It's every single part of my life now relates back to Stanford.
You guys recognize Jayne? This is Jayne Appel right here with a baby Shaq.
Well, I think for me, it's no surprise to see you and our other teammates in leadership roles in everything that they're doing, and they're still playing basketball, so they're going to take a leadership role in the league, in the association. It's not a surprise to me because that's what you learn here at Stanford. That's what you learn as in this basketball program, is to be a leader.
Yeah, for me it's been cool to take the next level outside of basketball and working for the Players Association. One, it's pretty cool to call NECA, and her being the president of the Players Association is awesome to see. She's the perfect person for the job. To see Chene and the other women who are involved in that leadership, it's just so important to see the game grow, as well as their marketing ideas and just wanting it to be better.
I have one question, and it might hurt, but your last game, the Final Four National Championship,
Still haven't watched it.
San Antonio, you played on a broken ankle.
Yeah.
And what, not just were you thinking, but were you feeling, and how bad, obviously we never want anyone to play through injury, but, no one was going to keep you off the court.
No.
And so maybe just talk about that, wearing your uniform for the last time, and what you remember, or just your thoughts on that.
So I found out my foot was broken right before the NCAA tournament, after the Pac-12 tournament. And so the bone was broken. Okay, we got 6 games we need to win, and I didn't put in 4 years worth of work to let down my teammates now. And knowing the WNBA draft was coming up, we win the first game against Oklahoma. Yeah. And then going into the national championship game, okay, I need to get through one. It's tough, right? You build up so much time and energy and effort, and 4 years of work to be hit with an injury at the biggest point of your career, and then to have it double down on you. It's come on, I just need 20 minutes. And I don't really remember the locker room after the game. Even though Vice President Joe Biden came through, I kind of blocked it all out. The only moment I remember is you guys had all walked ahead and you guys had all showered. I just was still sitting in my uniform. And I remember walking with Tara from the locker room to the bus, and I just literally dropped, and I just started bawling. And I was like, I don't want to take my jersey off. And it was tough. I mean, the time when you've put in all this time and then your body fails you, it's, what can you do? Would I like to have a national championship in my belt? Hell yeah. But what can I do to control at this point? And to then be drafted to San Antonio 5 days later, I was like, damn, I got to go right back to where my heart was just broken. And, you know, obviously San Antonio became my home. And, you know, maybe it was all the stars aligning in that place, and had an incredible career that I enjoyed at San Antonio for 7 years. But yeah, I'll never forget that moment with Tara.